It's Sunday, which means reset day for me. I have no plans today. I have nowhere to go. I've been looking forward for this day the whole week. I celebrated my birthday last month, and since then I've been, having a lot of thoughts about being in my 30s, what surprised me, what I was not ready for, and what I'm still trying to figure out. So today I just wanted to kind of think out loud and share everything I've learned so far with you. This is looking pretty, guys. I feel like if my life was a book, my 20s would be a chaotic chapter. I was trying to figure things out. I was battling so many battles. But your 30s, at least for me, is the chapter of calm, where things start to make a little more sense. I am discovering a lot about myself, what I like, what I don't like. It's been a beautiful chapter, I will say. I was very lucky today. They were having buy one, get one free, so I got 2 bouquets. And I'm going to make another jar as well, but not now. Ta-da! Four egg yolks. Okay, and oh my gosh, that was close. 1, 2. Oh my god. 3, 4. Half cup sugar. I hope this works. This is not actually bitter, but oh, I can already see it not working. No. I'm very happy to report that no, you're not too old, and it's definitely not too late to start anything new. I think that there is this quiet fear that a lot of us carry when we get into our 30s. The idea that if you've not started something or achieved something by a certain age, then it is too late for you. Like the window has closed and you're just supposed to manage whatever you're left with. And I never understood that idea. Even in my 20s, I never really agreed to that concept. So it might be a bit different in my case, but I'm just so glad that now that I'm in my 30s, what I thought was not true is not true. That is just people's perception or projections about what 30 means to them. It is not really a reality or a fact, And that is why if they really believe that something is unattainable and unachievable in their 30s, they might just be projecting that onto you. So you really have to think about whose advice you really want to take, if that makes sense. Like, take a sip if you've met at least one person in your 30s who tells you that you're past your prime and you need to rush things. I'll take a sip on that. In fact, I truly believe that 30s might be one of the best times for you to make changes in your life or start something new, because you know yourself better, you know yourself more, and you're more confident. But most importantly, you have a clearer view of what you actually and truly want versus what you should want based on whatever someone says or the society says. I mean, I moved to a new city after living in New York for almost 9 years, and I had to rebuild everything, like literally restart my life, starting with my friends, my community, and I'm still doing that. I'm still building. I'm not there yet. So if you've been wanting to try something new or completely restart your life, I think you should just go for it. Don't overthink it. If you're thinking that it is too late for you, I just want to gently push back on that. I can guarantee you that you're not past your prime, but actually you might even be approaching towards it. Even little things like right now, I am trying to bake a lemon almond cake that I've never baked before. But it's a great time to start something new. So back to our important stuff, which is baking. Almonds, it's going to be 1.5 cup. I don't know why, but I've been really into lemon dessert nowadays. Probably because spring is here. Hopefully it'll turn out good. Okay, so it says 1 tablespoon lemon zest. When do I put lemon juice then? I don't have anything to zest with, so I used this slice peeler. But this lemon smell, guys, oh my god, it is so good. I just absolutely love the smell of lemon, lime, does not matter. And I think that's why I'm really into lemon dessert nowadays. Right, so 1 spoon, and then it says to really mix it together. If something does not work out, we pivot, guys. That's what I'm doing right now, and I hope it works. Second lesson would be kind of related to the first one. Oh, there's a train stop right next to the apartment, so you'll actually hear the trains coming. So the second lesson that I've learned is related to the first one, and that is you start understanding yourself more and even better. I feel like you enter a chapter that slowly teaches you about self-worth and self-love, and it always feels good. In a way, you can say that my 30s feel more intentional. I am more gentle with myself than I was in my 20s, but I'm not always gentle as well. So it's like a lot of things that I'm still discovering about myself. It's so funny that we are so well informed about a lot of things, but when it comes to understanding ourselves, we struggle, and I know you do too. And I wouldn't say that I have finally reached to a point where I completely know myself, but I do feel like I am in the right direction. Alright, so this is done. It says to transfer the batter to a baking pan and sprinkle the top with sliced almonds and bake. There's no butter in here. I thought she would use butter or at least oil. Well, the bottom of the pan she says to grease with butter, but that's about it. So here you go, guys. It's butter-free or oil-free as well. Can I tell you one of my favorite things about being in my 30s? Saying no becomes so much easier, and because of that, you are more decisive, at least for me. In my 20s, saying no was way harder than it is now. I used to overthink and then really be apologetic about things that I shouldn't even be apologizing in the first place. But yeah, I just went down that rabbit hole, of thinking what this other person might think about me. I mean, I was never really the kind that needed people's validation, but being in my 30s, I definitely feel it even more. It's not like I don't care. I do care, but I also care about myself, and I also know how to have boundaries more. And I also think partly because of the experience. You've been through so much. I don't really feel the need to over-explain my decisions anymore. For example, why I left a job or why I'm moving to a different place when you're already so comfortable in wherever you are. And I don't mind explaining, but it's just that you really understand who is asking you with what intention. I think that's something that you get a little better as well, your intuition. And so yeah, I really stopped over-explaining myself. Not because I stopped caring, but because I now know that to the right people, you don't need to really explain things that matter to you and that makes sense to you. This clarity has really helped me make decisions better and not feel guilty about saying no to small things or big things. It really does not matter. And I also feel it's mainly because you start protecting yourself. You are more self-aware, and I do believe that it absolutely comes out of self-love and self-respect. If self-love and self-respect has grown with you over time, it will definitely show during these situations. If you're in your 30s, then the next lesson that I learned is probably very obvious to you, and that is on friendship. What I learned is that friendships in your 30s is completely different than friendships in your 20s. Your circle might even change, but mainly the friendships are more intentional now. And the friendships in your 30s becomes more about quality than quantity. I will be very honest though that I was never someone who needed a lot of friends. I do treasure the ones that I have, and I'm a very, very loyal person. I will say though that I am more aware about where my energy goes nowadays. There are people that I love spending time with where, you feel lighter and you just feel so good. You know the saying that you are who you surround yourself with? Oh my God. It makes so much more sense in your 30s. I've been with people that didn't have the best intentions for me. Now that I'm in my 30s and I'm so much more aware about these things, I really look back at myself and I'm like, why did you not leave sooner? Or why did you not cut it off sooner? Nowadays, it's not about how many friends you have, but more about how you feel after you spend your time with them. Do you feel light and happy and positive, or do you feel drained, like your energy is drained? I don't know if I should share this or if you'll agree with me, but I'll just say it. But one of the most important things that I have been noticing is, can you have a decent conversation with that person without having a drink? Like, where you're both sober. And if the answer is no, you should probably rethink your friendship. In 20s was more about having fun, going out, drinking, partying, right? But 30s, you slow down. You want to do other things than just, going out and partying and whatnot. So does the energy match with what you want in your life? I think that's what is the most important. And the other thing that I really noticed is how it's okay for friendships to fade away. And it is definitely okay to distance yourself from relationships that are very toxic. Even friendships can be toxic, right? So yeah, it's not about fewer people, but more about being deliberate about who you let in. And also you want friends that build you up, right? Not break you. So that's very important. It didn't rise as much as I thought it would because cakes are supposed to be, fluffier. But it's okay. The taste is there. It doesn't have as much lemon flavor as I love, but it's still good, passable. Trial and error, baby. Trial and error. But anyways, back to what I was talking about, being in my 30s. I do see some truth in the saying that, you get wiser when you get older, in some sense. I'm not saying that I have figured it all out in my 30s because I have not. There are days when I don't even know what I'm doing. And there are days when as much as I want to appreciate all the things that I have, I don't. And I have to push myself to get out of that kind of zone. But I do think I have become more grounded, and just having that awareness has made me take care of myself in so many ways that I never did before. And one of the most important things that I really need to work on is making myself understand that you don't really have to be exhausted every day to be productive. Yeah, it's a constant battle because I am someone who is a little tough on myself, but I'm still trying to figure out. And I am very, very grateful that my 30s taught all these things and made me this person that I am today. And that is it. I ran out of all the things that I've learned, at least for today. Thank you so much again for joining me and listening to me and watching me bake. I would say pancake. It's not a cake, but it's pancake, but it is a cake still. And let me know if there are things that you learned in your 30s that I might not be aware of, or I should also focus on learning. And let me know if anything that I learned in my 30s resonated with you as well. But all in all, this was a very productive reset day. I cleaned the apartment, I baked a pancake, but I got to share a lot with you, and I'll see you again. Have a good one.